Have you ever felt that knot in your stomach? The one that tightens when you look at your child and just sense that something isn't right? Maybe they're quieter than usual coming home from school, their shoulders slumped just a little more. Or perhaps there's a flicker of something in their eyes. Fear? Sadness? A hint of shame they can't quite articulate? School should be a place of learning, of growth, of making happy memories with friends. We send our children off each morning with hopes for their safety and well-being. But the painful reality for too many families is that school can also be a battlefield, a place where unkindness isn't just accidental, but deliberate, targeted, and deeply wounding. We're talking about bullying, not just a little bit of teasing that bounces off or a fleeting disagreement. We're talking about the persistent, intentional actions meant to hurt, to exclude, to diminish another human being. It's the child who is regularly picked on, who dreads going to school because they know they might face insults, threats, isolation, or even physical harm from their peers. It's a violation of their right to feel safe, seen, and valued. And as parents, witnessing our child go through this, or even just fearing that they might, is one of the most agonizing experiences imaginable. It strikes at the core of our protective instincts, leaving us feeling helpless, angry, and heartbroken. We want to fix it immediately, to swoop in and make the hurt disappear. But navigating the complex world of childhood peer dynamics and the deeply sensitive issue of bullying requires more than just quick fixes. It requires understanding, patience, compassion for our child, for the situation, and even for ourselves as we learn how to best support them. In this space, here at the Family Connection Hub, we want to gently explore this incredibly difficult challenge. We're not here to provide simple answers, because there are none when it comes to the pain of bullying. But we can explore compassionate, practical ways we can stand with our children, empower them, and work towards creating safer environments, both within our homes and hopefully within their schools. So, where do we even begin when the very place meant for their growth becomes a source of their pain? It starts always with connection. It starts with ensuring that no matter what happens outside our walls, inside our home, our child knows they have a safe harbor. Part 1. The foundation of safety, creating a haven. The very first, most crucial step when we suspect or know our child is experiencing bullying is to build or reinforce our home as an absolute haven, a place where they feel unconditionally safe, loved, and most importantly, heard. Bullied children often carry a heavy burden of shame, fear, and confusion. They might believe it's their fault, that they somehow deserve the treatment, or that telling an adult will only make things worse. They might be afraid of the bully retaliating, or afraid of disappointing us, their parents. Think about the courage it takes for a child, especially one who is already feeling vulnerable and powerless, to open up about something so painful. They are essentially handing you their rawest wound and trusting you to handle it with care. If they've been told they're weak, unpopular, or worthless by their peers, the last thing they need is to feel judged, dismissed, or have their feelings minimized by the people they trust most in the world. So how do we create this haven, this space of absolute trust? It's in the quiet moments, the everyday interactions. It's about being present. It's about observing the subtle shifts in their behavior, the reluctance to go to school, the sudden loss of interest in activities they once loved, changes in eating or sleeping habits, irritability, or unexplained tears. These can be the silent cries for help. When we notice these signs, we don't need to immediately launch an interrogation. That can feel overwhelming and even threatening to a child already on edge. Instead, we open the door gently. We might say something like, "Hey, I've noticed you seem a little quiet lately. Is there anything on your mind?" Or, "I just wanted to check in. How are you really doing today?" The key here is listening. True listening. not just waiting for your turn to speak or jump in with solutions. It means putting away your phone, making eye contact if it feels comfortable for them. Some kids talk better side by side, like in the car, and just being a calm, non-anxious presence. When they do speak, even if it's just a small complaint or a snippet of an incident, validate their feelings. Phrases like, "Oh, honey, that sounds really tough," or "It makes sense that you'd feel angry, sad, scared about that," or simply, "I hear you," can be incredibly powerful. Avoid the urge to immediately fix it or blame. Don't ask, "Well, what did you do?" This inadvertently shifts responsibility onto them and reinforces their potential belief that it's their fault. Your initial reaction should be one of unconditional support and belief. "I believe you" is one of the most important sentences a bullied child can hear from their parent. It counteracts the gaslighting and isolation they might be experiencing from the bully, and possibly even from bystanders. Creating this safe space isn't a one-time conversation, it's an ongoing practice. It's the consistent message that no matter what happens, no matter what anyone else says or does, they are safe and loved at home, and you are their unwavering advocate. This foundation of safety is essential because it provides the emotional security they need to even begin addressing the situation and to build the resilience necessary to get through it. Without this safe haven, any other strategy we try to implement will likely crumble because the child doesn't feel secure enough to engage with it. This sense of safety also involves managing our own emotions. Hearing that our child is being hurt can trigger intense feelings of anger, fear, and even guilt. It's vital that we process these emotions separately, perhaps by talking to a partner, friend, or therapist, rather than letting them spill onto our child. Our child needs us to be their calm in the storm, not another source of anxiety. Once this foundation of feeling heard and safe is established, we can gently begin to move towards understanding the situation more deeply and equipping our child with tools to navigate it. Part 2. Navigating the storm, understanding, empowering, and advocating. With that crucial foundation of a safe, listening home environment in place, we can start to delve deeper into the situation itself and explore more practical steps. Dealing with bullying isn't a single action. It's a multifaceted approach that involves understanding the specific situation, empowering our child with strategies, and advocating for them within the school system. Let's think about the next piece of the puzzle, truly understanding the bullying and helping our child find their footing. Bullying isn't always the stereotypical image of a bigger kid stealing lunch money. It can be incredibly subtle, insidious, and emotionally devastating. It can be constant eye-rolling and whispered insults, being deliberately excluded from games or conversations, spreading rumors, or online harassment that follows them home. Because it takes so many forms, we need to help our child identify exactly what is happening. Once they are able to open up in the safe space we've created, ask open-ended questions to understand the specifics. Who is doing it? When and where does it usually happen? What exactly do they say or do? Who else is around? How did it make you feel? The more details we have, the better we can understand the pattern and the potential points of intervention. Based on this understanding, the next critical step is empowering our child, giving them agency and strategies in a situation where they likely feel powerless. This doesn't mean telling them to fight back physically, which can often escalate the situation and put them in more danger. Empowerment means equipping them with tools they can use safely and helping them understand that the problem lies with the bully's behavior, not with them. Brainstorming responses together can be incredibly helpful. These aren't scripts they must follow perfectly, but rather a menu of options they can practice and adapt. For verbal bullying, responses could range from practicing ignoring and walking away confidently, which is harder than it sounds, but can remove the bully's audience and power, to having a few neutral or assertive phrases ready, like "stop," "leave me alone," or even a surprising, non-engaging comment like "okay," or "that's what you think." We can practice these responses in a playful way at home through role-playing. "Okay, let's pretend I'm the kid who calls you names. What could you try saying?" This practice builds confidence and reduces the freeze response that fear can trigger. For social exclusion, empowerment might look different. It could involve helping them identify one or two other kind peers they could connect with, encouraging involvement in activities outside of the potential bullying environment where they can build confidence and friendships, or practicing ways to respond if they are deliberately left out. "Can I join?" or deciding to find something else to do. It's about helping them see that their social world isn't limited to the group causing them pain. We also need to teach them the importance of seeking help from a trusted adult at school. Empowering them means helping them identify who those safe adults are, a specific teacher, counselor, librarian, coach, and practicing how to approach them. "Miss Evans, something happened on the playground today, and I need to tell you about it." Or, "Mr. Lee, I'm having trouble with some kids during lunch." Let them know it's not tattling. It's asking for help when they are unsafe. Reassure them that seeking help is a sign of strength and self-preservation, not weakness. As we empower our child, we must simultaneously become their advocates within the school system. This is often where parents feel the most frustrated and overwhelmed. Remember, the school has a responsibility to provide a safe learning environment free from harassment and bullying. This isn't just a courtesy. It's often a legal and policy-driven requirement. Our role here requires calm persistence and clear documentation. Start by keeping a detailed log of every incident your child reports: date, time, location, who was involved, bully and bystanders, what happened, specific words or actions, how your child felt, what your child did in response, and what happened afterward. This log is your factual basis for communication. Begin by contacting your child's teacher. They are often the first line of defense and may be able to observe classroom or immediate playground dynamics. Communicate calmly, sharing the incidents from your log. Focus on your child's safety and well-being. Request specific actions, such as increased supervision in certain areas or times, or the teacher observing interactions. If the issue persists or is more severe, schedule a meeting with the school counselor or principal. Bring your log. State your concerns clearly and factually. Ask about the school's anti-bullying policy and procedures. What steps will they take to investigate and address the situation? What will they do to ensure your child's safety going forward? It is reasonable to ask for their plan and a timeline for follow-up. Working with the school can be challenging. You might encounter defensiveness, skepticism, or a perception that it's just kids being kids. It's important to remain firm but polite, focusing on the impact on your child and the school's responsibility. Document all communication with the school as well. Emails, dates and times of meetings, who you spoke with, and what was discussed or agreed upon. If you feel the school is not adequately addressing the issue, you may need to escalate to the district level. Throughout this process, continuously check in with your child. Update them on what steps you are taking in age-appropriate ways, and reassure them that you are working with them. Their feelings and experiences remain central. Sometimes, despite our best efforts and the school's intervention, the effects of bullying run deep, or the situation is particularly severe or persistent. This brings us to another layer of support: seeking professional help and fostering deeper resilience. Bullying can inflict significant psychological wounds: anxiety, depression, loss of self-esteem, even trauma. If you notice that your child is exhibiting ongoing distress, such as persistent sadness, withdrawal, changes in appetite or sleep, panic symptoms, or expressing thoughts of self-harm, it is crucial to seek professional support from a child therapist or counselor. They can provide a safe space for your child to process their emotions, develop coping mechanisms, and begin to heal. Therapy is not a sign of failure. It is a proactive and powerful step towards ensuring your child's mental and emotional well-being. Beyond addressing the immediate crisis, we can also focus on building our child's overall resilience. This is about nurturing their inner strength and sense of self-worth, independent of how others treat them. Encourage their passions and talents, whether it's art, music, sports, coding, or reading. These activities provide a sense of competence and achievement that can counteract the negative messages from bullies. Help them identify their strengths and positive qualities. List them out together. Remind them of times they have overcome challenges. Teach them healthy coping strategies for stress and difficult emotions, like deep breathing exercises, mindfulness, journaling, or physical activity. Help them build connections outside of school if possible, through clubs, community groups, or family relationships. A strong support network beyond the immediate school environment can be a vital buffer against the pain of peer rejection. Ultimately, navigating bullying is a marathon, not a sprint. It requires ongoing vigilance, open communication, unwavering support, and a willingness to seek help when needed. It's about equipping our children with the tools to handle difficult social situations, building their inner strength, and advocating fiercely for their right to feel safe and respected wherever they are. Part 3. The journey continues, holding hope and connection. We've walked together through some heavy territory today. The reality of childhood bullying is heartbreaking, complex, and incredibly challenging for both children and the parents who love them. We've talked about the absolute necessity of making our homes a safe haven, a place of unwavering acceptance and listening. We've explored the difficult work of understanding the specifics of the bullying, empowering our children with practical, safe strategies, and the often demanding task of advocating for them within the school system. And we've touched on the deep importance of building their inner resilience and knowing when to reach out for professional support. None of this is easy. There will be days when you feel utterly exhausted, discouraged, or overwhelmed. There might be setbacks, moments where it feels like you're not making any progress. The tears, the frustration, the fear. These are real and valid parts of this journey. But I want you to hold on to this truth. Your presence, your love, and your unwavering support are the most powerful forces in your child's life right now. You are their anchor in the storm. By choosing to face this challenge alongside them, by listening when it's hard to hear, by advocating even when you feel unheard, you are teaching them invaluable lessons about self-worth, resilience, and the power of connection. This isn't about creating a perfectly smooth path for them. Life will always have bumps. It's about showing them that no matter how rough the path gets, they don't have to walk it alone. It's about helping them find their voice, understand their own strength, and know that they are worthy of kindness and respect, always. Remember the hope we started with. It's still here. Healing is possible. Resilience can be built. Safer school environments can be created. And the bond you forge with your child by navigating this challenge together will be a source of strength for years to come. You are not alone in this. So many parents are walking a similar path, wrestling with similar fears and frustrations. If this conversation resonated with you, if you found even one small idea or one moment of connection helpful, please consider joining our community here at the Family Connection Hub. Liking this video helps us know this is valuable content and reach other families who need it. Sharing it might just reach that one parent who is silently struggling right now. And subscribing to the Family Connection Hub means you'll stay connected with us as we continue to explore the real, messy, beautiful journey of raising children and building stronger families together. Let's keep this conversation going. You are doing important, vital work. Keep going, keep connecting, keep holding that hope. We're here with you.